This is great news for the Houston Rockets, as last night the Rockets team did something that we have been waiting for, and now they've started to do it over a couple of game stretch. We break down why this one simple change can be the difference in the playoffs for the Houston Rockets and get them a series victor, if not even more. Welcome to Rockets Digest, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. Hope you're having a great day wherever you might be, and boy, what a game last night between the Rockets and the Suns. I'm going to be so honest with you. I did not expect for the game to kind of end up being that fiery at 119 to 105. Now, did I expect some fireworks? For sure. Dillon Brooks, Jalen Green, going to Phoenix, Kevin Durant. There's going to be that conversation. But I didn't expect for the, I guess, I'm not going to call it brawl because it wasn't that, but like just the physicality between Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith and Amen Thompson and Jalen Green. And then, of course, Dillon Brooks being bodied up and Kevin Durant looking at Dillon Brooks saying, your best year is not even as good as my worst year, and then immediately letting him meet the floor. So there's a lot of things that we can kind of discuss throughout this game, but there's a few things that really caught my eye as to what the Rockets should kind of hold on to, and for these specific players really need from them going into the upcoming playoffs. At least that is a big hope. Ime Udoka, I'm hoping we're turning a corner here with the way that we're kind of getting this offense going, getting the way this team is going. But ultimately, we're going to have to see. And of course, it'll be a big game coming up against the Timberwolves here in just a couple of days. Before we continue on in today's show, though, I want to let you know this video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app, and it's the best way to get yourself into the action. If you're always watching games thinking, man, I want to be more a part of it, well, Prize Picks is the exact way to do it. I've got some picks for you, and an interesting one for sure. Some picks you're going to want to stick around and see. Not ones you're going to find on every place, but they have MLB, they have NHL, they have NBA, they have NFL. And yet none of those are the ones that I'm going to show you here today. So make sure you stick around for that. And again, use the link in the description and use code DIGEST. It really does help out the channel a bunch. As for the Houston Rockets, when we look at this box score, there's a couple of things of note. Obviously, the first is that they were down 21 at one point in time, but there's two huge plus minuses. Aaron Holiday was plus 27 on the court, and Tari, Eason, of all people, popped off 12 points and was plus 29 on the court with 7 rebounds. And I'm going to go look at the report from Lanchard Binkley, on Rocket Sports Illustrated, because I think he really puts it into really kind of good words. But here's how we started off. With the starters struggling early, the Rockets needed someone from the second unit to step up and help them cut into the 21-point deficit. The Rockets went to their bench early, and as they have in the previous 6 games of the Rockets' winning streak, they've stepped up and changed the game, led by Aaron Holiday and Tari Eason. And both these guys really did perform well. First, looking at Aaron Holiday, 4 for 6 from the field, 2 for 4 from behind the arc, and 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Also had a steal alongside the 12 points. Ultimately, the big thing that Aaron Holiday possessed was his plus-minus being plus 27. I can't stress this enough, but if you're going to kind of play the game like they did last night, and obviously you're not always going to have this amazing game from Reed Sheppard or for Amen Thompson, Holiday is going to need to come in and play some valuable minutes. And arguably the reason the Rockets won that game last night was because of the play of Aaron Holiday and Tari Eason coming off the bench at a very noteworthy time. Obviously trailing in a 21-point deficit, you're wanting to try and figure it out, and they did exactly that, and I feel as though that's such a huge thing. And Lanchard Binkley kind of continued on by breaking down even farther that the Rockets have been the bottom 3 in points off the bench all season, and that is the main reason Durant and Amen Thompson are in the top 3 in minutes played. However, in Tuesday nights or Wednesday morning, if you want to go all the way to the start, and they finished the game at like 1 a.m. last night, with the Suns, they played a major part in the win. And not only have the Rockets been in the bottom 3 points off the bench all season, currently they're last in the NBA. They had the fewest points of a team off the bench with just almost 100 less points than I believe it's the Lakers at number 2. So overall, you look at this team, you understand the bench is the problem maker, and that's partially because of injuries, but if they can perform into the playoffs, you like what this team can do going forward. Now, of course, Tari Eason has been a huge topic of discussion throughout this entire season, and if he can play like he did last night, this changes the entire outlook of the team. Like, legitimately. 12 points is great, but 71% from the field with a plus 29 rating, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. It's all about what we did. Only 1 turnover on top of it is also something you really, really like. I think for Tari, it's about settling down and understanding that this is all it really takes. 12 points, and it can really change. Because for the start of the second half, or whatever you want to make of it, after the All-Star break, Tari was not scoring even double digits. He was scoring 7 points per game for like night in and night out. If you can just do this, play solid defense, shoot well from the field, don't take stupid shots, you are going to be a huge piece of this team. And I still commend that he should be coming off the bench, which is what happened last night. It was Reed Sheppard, Thompson, Şengün, Smith, and Durant that were the starters. What do you know? We won again. That makes it 16-4 with the record now as Reed Sheppard the starter. Shocker, Ime Udoka. What a thought there that is. And yet Tari Eason still played more minutes than Reed Sheppard. 31 minutes for Tari, 21 for Reed. Obviously, Reed had some fouls in there as well, but we won't talk about that. And it was a chippy game. Let's just go with that. But overall, if Tari can keep playing like that, it is going to be very fun to kind of watch this team go into the postseason. Speaking of the postseason, they have 3 final games, and I would love if they could win out. I would love, because first of all, that puts them into the same win category as they had just a season ago. But on top of which, you're facing the Timberwolves in that manner, a team that you're also fighting for in the Western Conference. And as of right now, here is how the West kind of stands out. You've got the Rockets at 4, you've got the Nuggets at 3, the Spurs at 2, and the Thunder at the number 1 seed. You don't have really any shot for the Spurs or the Thunder, nowhere there, but you have the shot to take the 4 or even the 3 seed. And to dive even further, by the way, check out Digest Sports, a new website we have. It's got a lot of really cool things in it, and the NBA side is the one that's most polished at the moment. But besides the point, we can see the top 4 teams in the Western Conference right now are all on huge winning streaks, because the Thunder have won 6. The Spurs, although they've only won 1, are 9-1 of their last 10. The Nuggets have won 9, they're 9-1. And the Rockets, winning 7, are 8-2 in their last 10. There's a chance the Rockets can jump up across that line to take out the Denver Nuggets. It's going to be represented upon these final 3 games and how they perform, but I do think it's something that they could 100% go out there and really kind of take advantage of. Now, one final thing that I do think is important and something that's going to be looked at in the postseason is the Rockets bench, because last night they outscored the Suns bench 29-19 and was the main reasons the Rockets went from down 21 in the first quarter to only down 3 points at halftime. Of course, that being led by Aaron Holiday, who finished with 12 points. Now, these are all great. I think that there's a lot of things we can make of this, but I am going to ask the question of, with the way they've been playing, with the hopeful ideology that Ime Udoka has starting Reed Sheppard, what's your confidence level in this Rockets team going into the postseason? Is it a 1 being least confident, 2, 3, 4, or 5, which is most confident? You can rate anywhere inside of that. I'm curious for your 2 cents. Put that down in the comment section. As for me, I'm going to go 4, maybe even 4.5. Like, I'm really liking how we're playing. We're beating teams that we should beat, but we're also beating teams that we weren't beating earlier in the season, especially out of the All-Star break. I think that's a really big thing to me, is that you can compare this team to just prior games and look at it and understand, okay, we beat the Knicks. We should have beat them off the All-Star break. We didn't. We beat the Knicks, though. You have the Grizzlies. Decent team, nothing crazy, but not bad. You finally beat the Warriors in a 117-116 game. Obviously, the other games you probably should think you win, but either way, it's still something to kind of take grasp of. And speaking of taking grasp, take grasp of your day with Prize Picks. I am excited for the Masters, and so I'm going to pick on the Masters on Prize Picks, which they have for round number 1 and round number 2, round number 3, and round number 4. So make sure you go check it out for all of those. I'm taking the less on Scotty Scheffler's strokes in round number 1, 70.5. I'm going to take the less. I think he's shooting a 69. I think Bryson DeChambeau is going to shoot a 70. His less is 71, so I'm going to take it right there. And then finally, I've got Roy McIlroy, the champion from last year. He always starts off hot, 4.5 birdies or better. I'm going to take the more on him. Again, you can sign up with Prize Picks with the link in the description and use code DIGEST. As for the Rockets, final 3 games coming up in the next coming days. It is going to be something to continue to look over and to watch. And you're going to have a back-to-back. Playing tomorrow, playing on Friday. Then you get the day off. Then you're at home against the Grizzlies. In fact, final 3 games all of them are in the Toyota Center. That's exciting. So make sure if you are in Houston, go out and watch. Really support them because this would be nice. In fact, actually, we win these final 3 games, we have a better record than we did last year. So that'd be kind of impressive. Besides the point, though, we do appreciate all of you watching. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.